Hi, Erik Linask here at Interop in Las Vegas. I'm chatting now with Anthony Daley from Westcon Group. Anthony, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Eric.
So you start off, maybe tell me, let's start off this way. Tell me a little bit about what's going on at Westcon.
Well, Westcon has been a company that's been around since '85, primarily focused on distribution of networking equipment, communication equipment. So really we're building our business and building in four key areas. One is continue our core competency and growth in our core areas of technology, such as ComStore with Cisco, our security business, our communications and collaboration with Convergence, and we continue to grow that business and grow that organically. The other is geographic expansion. We've grown pretty dramatically through our geographic expansion, and we look to continue to do that. Next is how do we expand our portfolio that we have. Our goal is to have global contracts with all of our vendors because we see a big drive for global deployments with the enterprises networks. So what we want to do is be able to have our vendor network be able to be deployed globally and be able to have that contract in all of our regions. And the fourth area is really our looking at the adjacent markets from our roots of communication, so your data and voice, and really getting into the areas what we call our 4S's. So getting into a little more of the servers, storage, security, and software. So with that, we see that we will be able to really help our business partners evolve as the market's evolving. You know, everything that's going on that you hear about virtualization and cloud computing. Well, when I look at that it's really a change of the way that people look at technology, and it's no longer looking at technology as how fast is this port or how big is this drive. It really gets down to how is this technology enabling my company to really serve their customer base more effectively. And it almost becomes a business technology type of scenario versus a pure play, here's the speeds and feeds of my products.
So how does that transformation in how people think about and view technology that you just mentioned, how does that change your approach to your customers?
Well, it really plays to our strength of enablement. What we've always been able to do is help a business partner understand the market opportunity and then how to go out and capture that market opportunity. And in most cases, it really means they have to transform their company. They have to get new knowledge, they have to get certified in different products, they have to have their team approach their customers in a different way, that you're no longer being able to sell pipes and be able to do it. You really has to get into business continuity and being understanding how and what applications they have and how are those applications helping their company.
So obviously certainly the 4S's that you mentioned, a lot of the other things that you're doing as well, very prevalent here at the show. How are some of the changes, some of the new products and solutions that are coming out, how are those affecting what you're doing?
Well, it really changes the way that our customers have to look at the way they approach their customers. It's no longer, what's the cost of this port and what's the density of that port. It really comes down is what is the ROI of enabling these full network and this business technology to really help them. So, you really have to get into much more of the needs of the customer and knowing the customer a lot more than you ever have, in my opinion. It's no longer where, if you understand they have a call center, well, what does a call center and how do they use all of the applications within a call center capability to really have a great customer experience? Because that is, in some cases, you're taking a transfer of a call that might be here in the US to India, to Philippines, wherever it may be, and that connection has to be seamless, and it also has to be where all the critical data that was discussed is very quickly transferred and able to be visible at that moment. And so those are the types of things that you get into. Private clouds, you start getting into the whole virtualization. So all these things come together to really be able to really have a good experience. And the other thing is our partners have to know how to market themselves. We spend a lot of time helping our partners to understand their value proposition and what they can bring to the market. Because a lot of these companies are coming from, a core background of one core technology that they really, in most cases, have established themselves, and now they're really wrapping around these adjacent technologies to build out a solution. And it's all about understanding and becoming very intimate with your customer. And I think end user customers want to deal with customers that know their business. And then I think that's critical. So you look at the vertical markets of public sector, healthcare, education, all of those things. The more that you can understand how all these things are coming together, applications, connectivity, remote users, all of those things, that's where you're going to be of value to the customer.
What are some of the interesting things that you've seen so far here this week?
Well, what's interesting, I sat through one show, where it was Microsoft and Novell kind of collaborating, which I found kind of interesting that they were really working together to be able to build out the opportunity in virtualization and cloud computing. So I think you're starting to see more of that, where you're seeing a lot of the manufacturers that are represented here, that they're really having to collaborate with each other to really build out that solution that we were talking about. So I think you're going to see greater importance on alliances and then being able to build out the complete package. So I would say that's one thing that I think is pretty prevalent here. And it's not necessarily new to the show, because you look at things like Cisco, EMC, and VMware, the vBlock approach. I think you'll continue to see more of that type of collaboration to be able to pull things together.
Excellent.
Great.
We're talking here at Interop in Las Vegas with Anthony Daley from Westcon. Anthony, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Eric. All right, appreciate it.